After its release, Hot won a lot of acclaim at the Venice Film Festival, but did not receive any awards, to the dismay of many American, but also Italian news outlets, who felt that the movie had been unjustly ignored, stating, "Rarely has a festival finished so badly, with verdicts so unjust and mistaken," especially complaining that both Paul Newman and Patricia Neal had been overlooked.
"Oh, you got all that charm going for you, and it makes the youngsters want to be like you. That's the shame of it, 'cause you don't value nothing."
On its US release, Hot also earned a lot of praise. Reviews were very positive, and it was called an entertaining, truthful and modern western, carried by a splendid ensemble, even if most reviewers naturally focused their attention on the central work by Paul Newman, stating that it's impossible not to be attracted to his bad guy, which gave the movie most of its complexity.
Come on, get your butt out of here. I can't think with you standing around. Knock some people on their tails around here. You just might be one of them. Come on, get out of here!
But reviewers did not overlook Patricia Neal and cherished the fact that Hot finally gave her the comeback role that everyone had been waiting for, that she gave quite simply the best performance of her career, and she was called one of America's most undervalued actresses. She was applauded for the effect of her dark voice and a brilliant performance of wit, womanliness and dignity that made dishwashing and kitchen chores appealing. However, some reviewers noted that, due to her short screen time, the character was little more than sentimental irrelevancy.
I'll remember you, honey. You're the one that got away.
The great reviews for Patricia Neal made her for many an immediate Oscar contender, but for Best Supporting Actress. So what happened that made Patricia Neal ultimately the frontrunner in the leading category? The decisive factor in the race appears to be the New York Film Critics. The organization did not establish awards for supporting players until the 1969 season. However, if a supporting part gained enough passion among its members, it could play a role in their voting. For example, in 1943, Ida Lupino won Best Actress for The Hard Way, but the runner-up was Katina Paxson for Whom the Bell Tolls, a role that won her the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress. And in 1947, the runner-up to Deborah Kerr in the Best Actress race was Celeste Holm for her 15-minute work in Gentleman's Agreement, which also won her an Oscar for Best Supporting Actress. And then there was Agnes Moorehead, nominated at the Oscars in Supporting, who actually won the Best Actress award in New York for The Magnificent Ambersons. With the win for Patricia Neal, the New York critics sent two signals. One, they made it clear, in what many at the time saw as a lackluster year for actresses, her performance is the clear go-to choice. The New York critics held such affection for her work in Hot that she won the Best Actress award on the first round of voting, and only one other actress received any votes besides Patricia Neal. And second, the New York critics established Patricia Neal as a leading actress moving forward. Sensing a chance to benefit from the general lack of enthusiasm for this year's leading actresses, Paramount decided to take a chance and changed her Oscar campaign from supporting to leading, and other award bodies agreed as Patricia Neal won further Best Actress distinctions from the National Board of Review and the BAFTAs. In fact, the only irrelevant award Patricia Neal lost during the award season was for Best Supporting Actress, at the Golden Globes, where the winner was Margaret Rutherford for The VIPs. Even though her performance is not too well remembered today, Margaret Rutherford was a very popular Oscar winner in 1963, constantly singled out in reviews for the VIPs, and it seems possible that, had Patricia Neal been campaigned in supporting, she might have lost the Oscar. After a win, she sent a telegram to Marty Ritt that simply stated, "It was not too small."
You're one of the best people there ever was. In fact, you're good, period.
Apart from her strong reviews, Patricia Neal also benefited from the fact that in a race so shaped by unwed mothers or prostitutes, as this article so charmingly describes, her performance as the woman who rejects the man was seen as the safest choice. And so by Oscar night, Patricia Neal's momentum as well as the sympathy on her side had made her win pretty much a foregone conclusion. I know sympathy is often used to describe wins that might not have won based on merits alone, and Patricia Neal did have undeniable critical acclaim. But it seems pointless to not emphasize that the personal tragedies of her life did influence the attitude of Oscar voters who would otherwise maybe not vote for such a small and restrained performance, no matter how critically acclaimed it may be. Even co-nominee Leslie Caron commented on the race, "Sometimes sentiment influences the judging, but that's the way it should be." Joan Fontaine gets it too.
Part of the reason we do vote for the Academy,
Yes.
people have ulterior reasons. If, as many an actor said, we all were in the same role, then we could find out the best actress or actor. There's still other reasons that you give a vote to somebody.
Could be sometimes for losing out the year before they give somebody the...
Yes, and I think that if somebody's had a great tragedy.
Patricia Neal herself said of the whole awards race, "I was genuinely surprised by the attention I received. I knew that I had turned in a good performance and secretly hoped that Alma would get me more work, but I was unprepared for accolades. Not that I thought that they were wrong."
Well, you just try to do a good job. You get a role, and you try to think out what it's about. And you go to work, that's all. But I think I did a fair job in that film. And I like doing it very much.
And indeed, besides the awards, there were also many acting offers coming Patricia Neal's way. HUD had finally put her back on the map. However, she had to decline various offers, such as the lead in The Pumpkin Eater, as she was expecting her fourth child. Still, she had triumphantly returned and said, "Just coming out on top for a change felt damn good." Knowing better than to push her luck, Patricia Neal stayed in England and did not attend the Oscar ceremony and gave birth shortly after her win. When one of her children asked her what an Oscar was, she answered, "It's a great golden boy who whispers in your ear what you have known all your life."
What a good thing for me to say. It's a great golden boy, is that right? No, I was very happy to win that. That was delicious, you know.
It is an unusual win for Best Actress. But Patricia Neal's style as Alma also helps to explain the affection for her work and Alma as a character. Because with her performance, she gave Alma a cultural significance beyond the written word. Sure, HUD was most noteworthy for the way its anti-hero became for many the character to root for, but Patricia Neal also presented a new female point of view in this kind of storyline, where women usually spend most of their time suffering and then paying the ultimate price for their feelings. The Best Actress category mostly saw women turning the other cheek, forgiving their men for their troubles, or realizing that they only needed the right kind of love to find happiness. But even so, her entire plotline is essentially her relationship to HUD. Alma is still the contender in this Oscar lineup, the least defined by a man. Patricia Neal's approach to Alma made her a character that audiences had rarely seen before on the screen, and she made Alma HUD's equal and rejected traditional role allocations. Alma was not ashamed to enjoy HUD for his charm and his looks.
You want to know something funny? It would have happened eventually without the rough house. You look pretty good at that, you sure don't, you know. Sight of that through the kitchen window made me put down my dish towel more than once.
But she always knew exactly how far she would allow herself and him to go. And when HUD went too far, she left without turning back. Yes, like many other Best Actress winners, Alma evoked sadness. But her confidence and independence also gave us hope. The original script included a passionate goodbye kiss between HUD and Alma during their final scene, but Patricia Neal would have none of that. Her experience and quietness gave Alma a cultural significance as a woman who maybe only exists in the background, but who clearly knows what she is worth, what she allows herself to enjoy, and what she is willing to accept, and who is always the master of her own fate.
I got $200 calf money, if you're short.
You just keep it.
And of course, the woman beaten down by life but always carrying on, finding her own way while keeping her strength and dignity, was a perfect representation of Patricia Neal herself, and it is impossible to overlook the similarities in their personalities, which made Alma such an admired character and Patricia Neal such an admired person. And the Oscar choice ultimately such an easy one.
You're a dangerous woman to have around.
I'm a good poker player.
You're a good housekeeper. You're a good cook. You're a good laundress. What else you good at?
I've taken care of myself.